Hello everyone, I'm Johnny Johnson, and today we're taking a look at Bohemian Rhapsody, another wonderful Cowboy Bebop episode. This one's a bit more light-hearted, yet has some strong themes, so let's check it out. I've heard this episode being described as breezy, a palate cleanser, a solid standalone episode. These are all fair descriptions. There are no major stakes in this episode. In fact, the largest showdown will be Ed squaring off with our bounty in an intense game of chess. The episode does, however, have some major, though also quiet messaging surrounding corporate greed, and how under these large corporations, we are all just pawns. The episode starts out with our three amigos all split up, chasing down low-level pawns in a grand conspiracy involving the Astral Gates, where travelers are being robbed of their life savings while paying the gate tolls. These pawns are all connected to Grandmaster Hex, and sadly, there is no reward for their capture without checkmating the king. So the crew are left with nothing, well besides the chess pieces they've collected. Turns out these chess pieces are connected to a digital game of chess, where you get to play Grandmaster Hex himself. Our child genius Ed takes up the task, who we find out is also a chess master. The three reunited on the ship share their insights and information they have collected during their time apart. It's starting to look like this operation was too sophisticated to be anything but an inside job. Jet decides to go speak to the Gate Corporation directly. In one of my favorite small acts of gadgetry and brilliance in the show, Jet leaves a microphone cigarette in a corporate office after being hurried out. They didn't like his line of questioning, but he will get the answers he is looking for. It's discovered Grandmaster Hex, now 98 years old, was in fact a former Gate employee, a brilliant software engineer, and also one with a conscience and perhaps a mind for revenge, or at least sabotage. Hex warned the corporation about design defects in the gate system and wanted to delay its opening, but corporate greed, being what it is, fired him and went ahead with the gate's opening anyway. Hex's revenge was programmed to take place 50 years after his firing, or in the present time in the story. The gates began hacking tolls, causing chaos for the corporation. The theory here is that this would ruin the corporation, but it doesn't really play out like that. Anyway, the crew traces Hex down to a space hideout, if you can call it that. This is another wonderful world-building moment in the series. What this trash heap really is a floating scrapyard. Old gate parts, worn-out ships, all woven together to form a sort of space station. Here, space bohemians live in a lawless community, free from judgment or persecution. Essentially a space hippie colony, the kind of place a disgruntled engineer might flee to if they've fallen out with a space corporation or have a bounty on their head. They did a beautiful job bringing this place to life. You've got space cats and dogs, space plants, limited or no gravity, even space pigeons. Oh, and a good deal of space weed. On finally discovering Grandmaster Hex in the flesh, Faye and Spike quickly realize this man's mind is gone, as does Jonathan, another bounty hunter who lost his savings to Hex. So now what? Well, it's concluded that Hex is no longer Hex. This is just an old man who likes to play chess. Jet confronts the Gate Corporation with his knowledge, having pieced everything together. The corporation knew it was an inside job and that they were ultimately liable for the funds being stolen from their clients, not to mention the dangerous premature opening of the gates. The corporation offers to pay off Jet with hush money, but instead, he requests the bounty be called off for the senile old man, and that would be justice enough. It's an interesting and unsatisfying ending with little explanation. The corporation more or less won with few consequences, and the crew gets nothing, besides maybe Ed, who gets to keep her chess partner. Did Jet not want their dirty hush money, or does he know that blackmailing such a large corporation in this manner has its own dangers. Well, in the end, maybe it's just better to live as the song goes, like nothing really matters. Alright, I'm Johnny. Thanks for watching this Cowboy Bebop review. Do like, subscribe, or whatever, but most importantly, do take care and have a nice rest of your day.